Welcome everyone to my Timewalking mount farming guide. For this guide you'll be able to gain 60 plus mounts that are very easy and very hard to gain. So I'm gonna cover the first 6 expansions being TBC, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, Mr. Pandaria, Warlords of Draenor, and Legion. So let's get into the requirements for this guide. The first requirement is a lot of alts, a lot being just as many as you want to do it on, the more the merrier really. As you can see on the screen now, there is a minimum level requirement for the different type of expansions, the lowest being level 30 and the highest being level 45. So you make do with what you have really. Second requirement is some characters you put aside to buy the Timewalking vendor mounts, that being the Valshara Hippogriff for Legion, the Beast Lord's Iron Tusken Warwolf for Warlords of Draenor, the Dragonhawk for TBC, Wraith Charger for the Wrath of the Lich King, and Daughter of Jade Cloud Servant for Mr. Pandaria. And the third requirement is a main character, preferably a human, because you have the racial buff of reputation gains. This one you'll be able to send tokens to, since the tokens you buy from vendors are account bound. But if you have a character that you played through Legion and have a lot of reputation on that one, I would recommend you that being your main character. That's really all of the requirements for this guide. So let's just hop into the first expansion, being TBC. Okay, so the first one is Cenarian Expedition, and that will reward you the Cenarian Hippogriff mount. You can buy tokens for this, but I do not recommend doing it because it's very easy to get. What you do is you head to San Gamash in Outland, you enter the Underbog dungeon, and you'll keep killing mobs until you're exalted, and that's basically it. The second one being Shatari Skyguard. Here you basically just kill mobs in Tarka Forest until you're exalted, and you'll be able to purchase the nether race in different color variations. So that's some nice looking mounts. Third one is Nethering Drakes. This one is kind of pain in the ass because it takes some time, but these are very cool looking mounts. What you have to do a small quest chain, and that will unlock the data quest for you, and also the different NPCs. You don't really want to do daily quests unless you really want to, of course, but you can also collect eggs while in the area, as seen on the screen. These are some of the locations for the eggs. These eggs you can turn in for reputation, so that's a plus. The last one is the Kurenai reputation, or for Alliance, or Makari for the Horde. As seen, you go to Nagrand, you kill mobs, and then you can get some items called Obsidian War Beads. These you can turn in for extra rep. And here's the location for a good farming spot for the ogres you have to kill. And you turn these in, and then you'll be able to purchase the different types of Talbooks, which is a nice addition to your monk collection. And that's really all for TBC, so let's head into Wrath. So, Wrath of the Lich King. The first one we're gonna go is Sons of Hodir. You don't really have to buy tokens from the Time Warp vendor, since you can buy an item called Relic of Ulduar on Auction House if it's up on your server. These will reward 650 flat reputation, and the faction will award you one Mammoth mount at Honored and another Mammoth at Exalted. So, yeah, that's all you have to do here. The next one is Wyrmrest Accord, where you can get the mount Red Drake. You have to unlock the faction, do a few quests, and once you're friendly, you can buy the tabard, which will increase your reputation gains by killing mobs. So you can enter any Wrath of the Lich King dungeon and just spam kill mobs until you're exalted, and then you can buy the mount. The third one is Green Proto Drake from the Oracles. The Oracles you have to unlock and do a few daily quests once you're revered. But once you're revered, you can buy the Mysterious Egg, which will have a 3-day duration, and then you can open the egg once it's cracked, and you have a chance of getting them out. It should have a very high drop chance, 6% or something like that. I've farmed it since Legion and I have not gotten it, so On paper, it's a high drop chance, but for me, it's not. So, yeah, have fun with that one. Then we have Argent Dawn. Argent Dawn has quite a lot of mounts, but I feel like it would be too much waste of time and just too much time to use on it in this video. So I'll make another video for that one. And that's really all we have for Wrath of the Lich King. So let's head into Cataclysm. So for Cataclysm, there's nothing for this expansion really. There's only a Ramakken. You have to just acquire the friendly status by doing a few quests. And once that is done, you can start by mob grinding in the Halls of Origination. And this faction will award you with 2 purchasable camel mounts. And that's really all. Now we have to get into Mr. Pandaria. So let's go. So, for Mr. Pandaria, there's quite a lot to take in. The first one I'm gonna go over to add in is the Sandalari Warbringers. As you can see on the screen, these are the spawn location for this rare. The Sandalari Warbringers are mobs that have a respawn timer of 30 to 45 minutes, so if you're very nocturnal, you can farm these. Or just take a look at the locations here, and if you fly by, I might as well check, right? They have a chance to drop a mount either one of these three dire haunts you see on the screen now. But they also have a very high chance to almost every time drop insignias, which increases your reputation with the Augeas Celestials, which rewards the Clouser mount, the Quaxi reputation, which rewards Scorpion mount, the Shadowpan, which rewards some Tiger mounts, and the Golden Lotus, which rewards some Crane mounts. And the drop chance for the Direhorns itself are 4-ish according to Wild, so that's quite good. That's quite good. The second one is the Lower Walkers. Here you have to fly around in Pandaria, collect some scrolls and turn them in, and then you'll be able to buy a mount. That's done in 20 to 30 minutes. I'll leave a link in the description to the coordinates itself and all the locations for the scrolls. The third one is Sudden Reaver Onslaught for the Horde or Operation Shield Wall for Alliance. Here you can either get the Crimson Primordial Direhorn for Horde or the Grand Armored Griffin for Alliance. Here, just invest all the tokens from Timewalking for getting the mounts. The fourth one, Dominance Offense for Horde or Kirin Offense for Alliance. Here you can either get the Grand Armored Wyvern for Horde or the Golden Primordial Direhorn for Alliance. Here you can also just invest your tokens. Then we have the Heavenly Golden Cloud Serpent, sorry. You acquire this by going to the Timeless Isles and kill mobs. This is easily doable in a day. You don't really have to worry about the reputation because you will acquire that by farming the mobs. The best locations to find mobs are these two. The green one is circling some frog mobs that drop a lot of coins, and the brown one is circling some cow mobs. There is also cow mobs on the other side of the bridge, where a rare can spawn that drop the Thundering Onyx Cloud Serpent, Julian. So if you're there farming this mount, might as well just take a look for that rare as well. And then we have the reputation of the Tillers that rewards 3 gold mounts, and you get exalted by doing daily quests, but that's a long way, so just buy the Timewalking tokens and send them over. And then we have Order of the Cloud Serpents, where you can buy tokens, but in my opinion, the grind is easier, because it's just like the Netherwing eggs. You go around and collect eggs and you can turn them in. You can also do daily quests if you have the time of the day for it. But rather just save tokens and do the rep grind for the eggs you can collect uh, instead of actually using tokens on a reputation where you can kill mobs, for example, right? And that's all for Mist of Pandaria. So now I'll head into Warlords of Draenor. So for Warlords of Draenor is quite straightforward. This will be a lot easier, and I'm only gonna explain this in that way because that's what I did. But you go to auction house and you look up for a medallion of the Legion. These are items that you can use while you're in Draenor, and that will give you flat out 1.2k reputation. So you need like 40 of them to going from nothing to exalted. These will grant you like just full on reputation with every faction you unlocked, which includes the Saber Stalkers, Aroka Outcast, Council of Exars for Alliance, Frostwall Orcs for Horde, the Hand of Prophet or Vol'jin Headhunters, uh, Laughing Skull Orcs, Order of the Awakened, Jatari Defense for Alliance, um, and Steam Weedle Preservation Society. Some of these mounts you will need, for example, Apixis crystals as well as gold to buy them. Apixis crystals you can get from scouting missions in your garrison. You can get them from the Order of the Awakened daily quest, or just killing mobs in town and jungle. You don't really need a lot, so don't worry about that. But yeah, buying the medallions of Legion on auction house and using those are definitely yeah, just do that. So really quick, this is future Avatar speaking, but apparently I forgot to mention that for the Saber Stalkers you will also need something besides a Pixis Crystal. You don't need a Pixis Crystal, but you need something called Blackfang Claw, which you can farm from mobs in Town and Jungle in a specific area. You just kill those. They drop like 20 to 50 per mob, so it doesn't take more than 10 minutes to farm that currency. Just wanted to let you know that. That will save you so much time. So you don't have to use any time war badges here. Um, as of the corrupted Dreadwing, I have not counted it in this, since the reputation has nothing to do with that mount. It's only about the Epixis crystals. So if you want to do that, go right ahead and do daily quest, but that is not counted for in this this guide. So yeah, let's go into Legion now, the last one. So Legion is the expansion where you're gonna burn a shit ton of your time war badges, and I'll tell you why in a sec here. So, the main reason is for the Paragon reputation chests. So, when you reach Exalted with either Valajar, Nightfallen, High Mountain Dreamweavers, Court of Ferrandis, or Army of the Light, you can gain an additional 10,000 rep, which also works with the Time War badges, FYI. And when you reach the 10k, you get a chest, and that has a small chance to contain a mount. And those mounts are the Fell Crushers for the Army of Lightfall, the Leywoven Flying Carpet for the Nightfallen Paragon, the Valager Stormwing for the Valager Paragon, the High Mountain Elderhorn for the High Mountain Paragon, the Wild Dream Runner for the Dreamweavers Paragon, and then you have the Cloudwing Hippogriff for Court of Ferrandis. And that's the main things. So what you do is, with all the things you've added up and not using your special characters, just every other character you have, you do like you can see in the video here, you mail them over, and your main character just spams them, and then he turns in the quest, and maybe you'll get a reaction like this.
Ja, kom nu lidt, man! Yes! Nej, det er løgn. Nej,
The last few mounts I want to take a special suggestion of, you can also gain while doing this, is the Infinite Time Reaver. This is a very good farm for the Infinite Time Reaver, so this is a very good way to get motivated to actually have a chance of getting the mount. I did not get it this way. I got it in the Dawn of the Infinite, the Quantum Cursor. So that was a annoying way to get it, but I at least got it. You can also, for Legion, if you still want to, I'm doing it as of right now, but you can continue the Paragon things. If you, of course, weren't lucky and didn't get all your mounts, you can farm Curious Coins, which when you have 150 off, you can buy the Arcadian War Turtle, which is a very cool mount you can buy from a rare NPC spawn in Dalaran. And the last one being the Pure Heart Cursor from the 100% 100 Exalted factions. That is an extra very rare mount, so you at least get cleared a lot of factions doing this. So that's all for this mount guide, and I'll see you again in the next video.